Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Life with Brian. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day out there. In today's installment of 5 things, I'm going over the 5 things I aggressively tolerate about my 2009 Corvette ZR1. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's go ahead and start off with the exterior. So the first thing that I aggressively tolerate is, of course, this really cool engine window look-through part here where you can see the LS9 supercharger. 638 horsepower at the time, the most powerful Corvette ever made. Of course, the C7 and of course the C8 ZR1 have surpassed that. But at the time, again, the 638 horsepower was like supercar numbers, I think. This has more horsepower than my McLaren, which has, 616 horsepower at the time. So this one, supercar numbers from what I like to call a super sports car. But yeah, at the time, just really amazing performance. The technology that went into this car at the time, again, just the kind of cutting edge, the most powerful, most everything Corvette ever made at the time. The second thing I aggressively tolerate about this car, guys, are these signature chrome wheels. I'm usually not a big chrome wheel fan, but I think they really fit the car. Really kind of give it that panache, that extra oomph, if you will. Really fits the character of the car. I had chrome wheels on my 2004 Viper. I ended up actually painting them black. I don't really think it really fit the car. Maybe I think in the black. And of course, it's the ZR1. It's the top performance model, so I think it really does fit this car. So I really like the chrome wheels on the car as well. The third thing I aggressively tolerate about the ZR1 is kind of the tasteful bits of carbon fiber. You kind of have it here on the side. Of course, you also have it on the front splitter, which is constantly is hitting and bumping everything. Quite frankly, super low, or at least to me, it seems super low. I've already had to replace it once, but it looks pretty good right now. And then, of course, you have it on the other side as well. And of course, the top trim here. So yeah, it's not like all over the place. I think it's very tasteful, and it really kind of fits the car very nicely. Most of the things that you guys will find that I'm really kind of loving on this car on the exterior, obviously the engine, that's a given. I did a video a long time ago about the 5 things I violently oppose, and they are mostly interior parts because, of course, interior Chevrolet mid 2000s, not very good quality, even for the high-end ZR1. So I'm going to kind of cheat and combine the 4th thing that I like, which is going to be the quad exhaust, center mounted. I really like that. I really like how the quad exhausts in general look. I love them on M cars. I love them on the ZR1. I think it makes the car look super sporty, super aggressive. Really like that look of the quad exhaust tips. And the other thing that I really like about this ZR1, which is the last generation of the Corvette that had them, are of course these signature circular taillights. In the C7 and of course the C8 generation, they did away with the circular lights for the more boxy square lights, which, to each their own. I kind of at first was not a big fan of the circular shape, to be honest with you guys, but it's really kind of grown on me, and I kind of actually prefer this look to the boxy rectangular look that the C7 and the C8 now have. And I think kind of just taken together, the quad exhaust and the taillights, I mean, you just see that coming down the road or from any angle. It's just signature Corvette. Of course, you got the ZR1 badge. It's just quintessential Corvette. Looks really awesome, very aggressive, very sporty. Just a very good look overall. And honestly, kind of just the overall dimensions of the car. I think the C6 is a very nice looking car. It's aged very well. Doesn't look super dated. I think obviously of any of the generations before the C8, obviously. The C6 has definitely, if not probably the best in terms of just aging well and still looking modern. The lines are very nice. You got your curves, long curves, smooth lines, but then you also kind of have the sharp angles at the back, which I was showing just a second ago with the, we switch the camera here, with the exhaust and the taillights back there. So it's a nice little mix and blend of sharp angles and smooth lines, which a lot of times cars aren't able to kind of really pull off. It's either usually one or the other. But I think it's actually a really nice looking car. And the ZR1, some of the aggressive aesthetics on the outside, I think really add to the overall look, the menacing look of the car. Of course, you have the bulging hood with the supercharger on top. So that's a very, very good look, I think. All right, guys, the fifth and final thing that I aggressively tolerate about my 2009 ZR1 is, of course, this manual. I really like it. It's not notchy, it's not rubbery, it's very precise. You're never kind of unsure about what gear you're in. I like the fact that the handle's kind of formed in such a way that it contours to your hand, as opposed to just kind of like a regular knob or, you know, something that has no, you know, contouring here specifically for your fingers to wrap around. It feels really good in the hand. It gives you really good control and control, and it just feels really, really nice in the hand. Now, of course, I wouldn't say that I like it more than, say, my Ford GT or my 1M, but this actually, I like this more than I thought I would. It surprised me the most, I should say, guys, out of any of my manuals. When I first was researching the car, and even when I got the car, I was kind of like, you know, hey, it's a manual. That's one of the reasons why I got this car. I like rolling through my own gears. But I just kind of thought it might be like my 2004 Viper, which I hated that manual. That shifter was just super long throws, heavy throws. I hated that shifter. This one is light years better, light years better. I really like the shifter on this car. Really enjoy. I look forward to driving this car, quite honestly. And actually, just the sixth final thing, I'm going to go ahead and cheat to my video. Why not? Something that I like about this car, guys, is, let's see if it shows up, is I like the kind of heads-up display, which shows you the miles per hour. Now I get it, like, you know, whatever, it's like all cars have that now, like Kias and Hyundais and everything has that. But again, take into account this is 2009, right? So at the time, you know, it's useful information to have. It's always good to kind of look up and see what your speed is going. Not that, of course, I speed, but yeah, it's a nice little extra little perk to have in the car. And yeah, that's probably, I'll call it 5.5, fifth 0.5 thing that I really aggressively tolerate about this 2009 ZR1. So that's just a quick video, guys, of 5 things I aggressively tolerate with my 2009 ZR1. I really like this car. I've had it now about 11 months. Yeah, it's a joy to drive. I love the sound the engine makes. I love the crackle, the howl from the exhaust. I love the shifter. And you know, a lot of people are into I mean, I get it, like the C8 is the newest, hottest, fastest thing, and I get all of the buzz and hype about that, but I think it really kind of lets you, it gives you an opportunity to get into a car like this, which is a few generations older, but in terms of the looks, the performance, you're not really, you don't feel like you're missing out on much, right? It doesn't feel like you're making a big compromise where you're spending significantly amount less of money, but you're getting like, you know, minuscule or a fraction of the performance or fun. I think the fun factor of this car is off the charts. I just got a car wash, as you guys saw from the video. I get constant compliments on this car. People love the look of this car. I love the look of this car. I never thought I'd say that, but this Corvette definitely made me a fanboy. I love the CR1. Definitely see myself keeping it for a very long time. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, comment below, like, subscribe. Please support the channel. Hope to catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.